White man in boxing led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Got some news on Canelo Alvarez. So basically, DAZN wants Canelo Alvarez to fight Billy Joe Saunders next. They don't want Callum Smith. So let's get into it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. And they actually want Canelo to take a pay cut down to $15 million to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Now, Billy Joe Saunders will be probably one of the more lively opponents that Canelo has fought, in a while. But he up there in age too, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to fight Billy Joe coming off the performance of David Lemieux. Remember, Eric Gomez did an article and said, we already fought that style. We have no interest in fighting Billy Joe Saunders. All right. And what's so funny is that style is he talking about is a slick, perpetual movement style that Canelo struggles with, Floyd, Lara, guys like that. So he tried to stay away from that, a.k.a. Danny Jacobs' African style, even though Danny Jacobs really don't have a slick style like those guys have. So what's changed? Billy Joe Saunders got popped for Oxyfreen. Billy Joe Saunders looked bad the last few fights. And basically, DAZN wants to break in DAZN UK. Okay, DAZN UK basically was supposed to be showcased between Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo for Cinco de Mayo in May, and it was going to be a $5 subscription to see the fight. I'm not sure what the prices go back up to. I heard they going to DAZN Mexico, DAZN Japan, so they trying to make Canelo into an international star to make up that money. They gave him too much money, and they not turning over a profit. All right. So right now they at a standstill. Either, Canelo take the $15 million, and there's some more to it, so I'll get to it, or and fight Billy Joe Saunders, or he ain't gonna be able to fight until his fans in the building. Now, they also want to give him equity in the company, like Triple G got equity in the company. If he take the $15 million, then he had equity in the company. Now, my whole thing is equity in the zone overall, because equity in the zone United States means nothing because you have no more money here. You know what I'm saying? So basically, they want Canelo to take more than 50% less, and basically get him equity in the company. It depends on how much equity he will have in the company. Not sure if Canelo gonna bite on it, but like I said before, what's so funny? He got the money, but Triple G got less than half. He got what, $14 million to fight, so that's less than half of Canelo making. But Triple G got the equity in the company, so basically now they offering Canelo equity to make up. He getting paid the same thing Triple G getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So Triple G getting paid $14 million his next fight versus Camille Zermatta with equity. Canelo, they want to pay him $15 million plus equity, but that ain't fair. Triple G get to fight for $14 million versus a guy that nobody heard of, Camille Zermatta, with 7 knockouts, and I got to go fight Billy Joe Saunders. All right, so to me, both easy work. Billy Joe Saunders has never really impressed me, other than the David Lemieux fight, and people believe the block was hot when he did that, if you catch my drift. But overall, I don't think it's going to drag American fans to see Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders. Once again, they worried about DAZN UK because they figured that DAZN United States can't pop for them. They can't get it to pop. They don't understand what they doing wrong. They're not marketing. They're not promoting. And also, you got Americans, which is not made up of Mexican Americans. All right. The majority is made up of white people. And then you got blacks. And then you get to Hispanics. And whites and blacks don't have no interest in the fighters that you got over there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have interest in Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, Devin Haney yet. Just don't have that interest. So you got to build that interest up. And they're having a hard time building up because they're on the app. And then they got to run ads during the football and ads during Fox, and people just not interested in paying $20 a month for a sport that is not even top 5 in America. That's what they got to understand. It was a bad idea for them to go this route, and it's just a matter of time until time run out. They hurting for money. They was looking to kind of buy Top Rank before the pandemic, and now, that ain't gonna happen. Anytime you got to ask Canelo to take a pay cut, and you can't pay him his $35 million versus Billy Joe Saunders, then we know we got an issue here. So they trying to smooth things over. They trying to make it up with equity, which is ownership into the company. I don't know if Canelo gonna go for it, if Canelo gonna sit on the pine. But $15 million during the pandemic, that's still good money. That's a lot of money to pass up. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is they don't want him to go over to Showtime and fight Uterman. But if you can't pay him what he want and Al can pay him what he want, let him go over there. He gonna come back. He might come back and bring more subscribers, to the zone. But right now, it's a bravado thing. It's a testosterone contest right now. The zone don't want to bow down to Al. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, they probably don't want Canelo to go over there and get a taste and say, "Man, I don't want to come back. I'd rather fight over here." But then again, Canelo and Oscar was the ones that ran from Showtime, saying Showtime, it wasn't it. Showtime was hurting his stock, and we running back to HBO. So, like I said before with the whole scenario, him and Billy Joe Saunders, I can care. It ain't nobody that Canelo can fight that I like, man. Because he gonna hotwire that contract. You know what I'm saying? He gonna put a rehydration clause. He just can't beat nobody straight up. Straight up, he can't whoop nobody. And he refused to fight people straight up. And people want to ignore this and ignore that. Like, dude, this dude has failed 2 drug tests. This is the facts. This dude is, put rehydration clauses in, or if it benefit him, he blow up 20, 30 pounds, whatever it is. So you're not going to beat him with with that contract behind him. It's just not going to happen. But it's funny is they got to uphold her. They ended the contract, and their contract say $35 million. If they didn't put a pandemic clause in the contract, then that's on them. And a lot of these other sports got pandemic clauses. The NBA got a pandemic clause. The NFL has a pandemic clause. So, it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy. They want this dude to take that much less of a money and then make it up with equity in a company that ain't doing too well in the United States. Not sure how they doing in Canada and wherever else they at, but it's just not working. But they do have some fight dates. They expect him to come back November 14th, I believe. If he don't come back the 14th, it's going to be the 5th. And if it ain't the 5th, I believe it's going to December 5th. And I don't think if it's not December 5th, it's going to be December 12th, I believe. So, in a scenario, you can have Golovkin fight November 7th, Canelo fight November 14th, and then they should be fighting each other next Cinco de Mayo. Now, remember, before the pandemic, Canelo was willing to fight him in September, and Triple G said no. So, at the end of the day, why ain't asking Triple G to take a pay cut? That you got to ask yourself that. Triple G making $14 million in equity, he fighting nobody in Camille Zamata. Why ain't he taking a pay cut? Why he ain't making $7 million to fight Zamata? That's way more. He getting overpaid to fight that guy. But they want Canelo to take a pay cut and still fight another champion, while Canelo take a pay cut and not take a pay cut and fight another guy we never heard of and don't care about. This is something you got to think about as well too. So pretty much, in November you could have Golovkin, Canelo, Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson, and then you could have Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia all in November. Usually, boxing heat up in the fall for whatever reason that is. You get around to October, November, and the first 2 weeks in December, it seems to heat up a lot. And for whatever, I think boxing should heat up more in the summertime. That's what I never got. Boxing heat up in the summertime, especially with no Olympics, NBA usually going off, NFL, and it's a dog days of sport. It's no Major League Baseball. It's just baseball. Nobody really care about no more tennis and golf. Boxing should heat up June, July, August, September. That should be their months. But for whatever reason, historically, boxing get hot in the fall, where you got to pick between college football, you got to pick between college basketball, you got to pick between a lot of stuff that's going on, and you got the fall classic, Major League playoffs are dope, and then you got the NHL that's coming on, and then not only that, then your kids got homecoming, they got high school football games. A lot goes on in the fall. Pumpkin patches and Halloween and Christmas shopping and Thanksgiving. They just wait to put their best product on at the wrong time, and that's just my humble opinion on it, man. But other than that, man, Jaime Munguia is coming back in October. I believe it's October 3rd. They saying, don't quote me on that. Yes, October 3rd versus Torian Johnson. I believe his opponent is. That date could change. I know Devin Haney was supposed to come back October 3rd too. So I don't know if they pushed that date back, but I heard he will be fighting Gamboa, Devin Haney. I heard that is imminent. But other than that, Jaime Munguia, Torian Johnson, October 3rd. They talked about doing that September 12th. to replace Canelo on in the Mexican Independence Day. I guess that ain't gonna pop. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Cash App is CJ Good 313. Shout out to Ed, my boy Ed. Shout out to my boy Ricky E. Always showing love to those brothers. Appreciate that. Best way to donate is share the video. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also got a Facebook group. All those social media links in the description. If you ever have a question, business inquiry, sponsorship, or you just want a YouTube question, we'll chop it up. All my social media links there. Twitter is the fastest way. One time for the one time. Don't forget to check out our middleweight playlist for more videos like this. We go.